A sound mind is a divine gift. When we embrace this gift, peace flows into our hearts. As dawn breaks, let tranquility fill our spirits, preparing us for the day ahead. In this prayer, we find assurance, clarity, and strength to navigate life's challenges with grace. A sound mind is a divine gift. When we embrace this gift, peace flows into our hearts. As dawn breaks, let tranquility fill our spirits, preparing us for the day ahead. In this prayer, we find assurance, clarity, and strength to navigate life's challenges with grace. As we begin this new day, let us open our hearts and minds to receive the wisdom that God offers us. Be sound in mind. 1 Pet 4:7. Take a moment to breathe deeply and let these words resonate within you. As we begin this new day, let us open our hearts and minds to receive the wisdom that God offers us. Be sound in mind. This call reminds us to anchor ourselves in clarity and purpose, fostering a spirit of peace and steadfastness. Take a moment to breathe deeply and let these words resonate within you. The speaker is the Apostle Peter, addressing early Christians in a time of hardship. Peter encourages believers to remain steadfast and maintain a clear mindset, as facing trials requires wisdom and steady faith. As we contemplate these words, let us prepare our hearts for reflection on the peace that clarity in faith can bring. In this letter, the Apostle Peter writes to a community enduring trials and tribulations, urging them to remain focused and resolute in their faith. He understands that turbulent times can cloud judgment and wants them to cultivate a sound mind, which is essential for navigating their struggles effectively. This guidance serves as a reminder that clarity in thought is paramount for those who seek to uphold their faith amidst challenges, inviting us to gently reflect on our own mental and spiritual clarity as we begin our day. As we begin this new day, our restless minds may carry the weight of yesterday's worries or uncertainties about tomorrow. In the midst of these thoughts, we are reminded of a gentle truth that invites us to pause and breathe, allowing God's presence to settle our hearts. Today, we will reflect on the importance of clarity in our faith, understanding what it truly means to have a sound mind as we navigate life's complexities. This theme speaks to us now because amidst the noise and distractions of our daily lives, we long for understanding and focus that comes from trusting in God's guidance. As we awaken to a new morning, we often find our minds swirling with the chaos of life. Yet amidst this turmoil, we are called to seek a tranquil clarity in our faith. Today, we aim to explore what it means to hold a sound mind, a clarity that allows us to anchor ourselves in God's promises even when challenges arise. This theme of clarity becomes vital for us now, as it offers a grounding point in moments of uncertainty and invites us to rest in the assurance of His steadfast love. As we continue to seek clarity in our faith, we come face to face with God's assurance of a sound mind, which He freely gives to those who turn to Him. This truth reveals that God desires us to be rooted in His peace and wisdom, granting us stability amid uncertainties as we navigate our lives together in faith. God's heart is one that longs to bless us with calmness and clarity, ensuring we can face the complexities of life with unwavering trust in Him. In this sacred moment, as we delve deeper into the promise of a sound mind, we recognize that God invites us into His perfect peace, a steadfast anchor for our souls. This foundation allows us to discern His guidance even when life feels chaotic. It assures us that our thoughts can find clarity and our hearts can rest securely in His presence. God's intention is to envelop us in His understanding, empowering us to rise above confusion and stand firm in faith, reflecting His love and calm amidst the storms of life. As we reflect on God's invitation to embrace a sound mind, we find that this clarity extends gently into our daily lives. This truth reshapes the way we approach both challenges and decision-making, allowing us to carry a sense of peace in the midst of uncertainty, nurturing our thoughts and feelings with His reassurance. We may feel invited to cultivate a deeper attentiveness to our inner dialogue, recognizing how His presence infuses our lives with a calm steadiness and clarity. In the quiet moments of our day, we start to notice how a sound mind gently influences our responses and attitudes, transforming confusion into clarity and worry into a peaceful assurance. We can sense a subtle shift within us, where our hearts align with His truth, allowing faith to be more than just belief, but a lived experience. As we navigate the ebbs and flows of life, we are reminded of the grace that enfolds us, instilling within us a calm posture that thrives amid the noise, inviting us to simply rest in His loving presence. As we move from recognizing God's clarity to a deeper emotional resonance, we can feel that truth settling softly within us. A gentle awareness springs forth, revealing our quiet longings for peace amidst the noise of daily life, even as weariness and uncertainty may linger at the edges of our hearts. In this sacred space, we sense God's compassionate presence wrapping around us, inviting us to breathe deeply, knowing we are held in love and understanding. As God's truth nestles within us, we begin to notice the subtle stirrings of reassurance and warmth flowing through our hearts, offering comfort in our longings and quiet trust where weariness once resided, allowing us to simply rest in His gentle embrace, fully known and tenderly sustained. This reflective space leads us gently toward the sustaining reassurances of our faith, inviting us to embrace the clarity that God provides in our moments of uncertainty. In every season of our lives, God's unwavering care acts as our foundation, guiding us through the fog and welcoming us into a peace that reassures our hearts. As we dwell in this awareness, we are left with a quiet strength, cultivating an openness within us to engage with the day ahead. As we settle into this moment, we recognize that the clarity of faith does not come from our understanding, but from the solid trust that God has instilled in us. We find comfort in knowing we are held and guided, allowing the warmth of His presence to fill our hearts. Together, we feel the steadying assurance that we are never alone. As we prepare our spirits, ready to connect in prayer from this newfound sense of clarity and peace. We might feel a sense of clarity as we go about our daily routines, noticing how God's presence brings calm to our thoughts. Perhaps during a quiet morning, as we sip our coffee, we reflect on the decisions ahead of us and find ourselves caught in a swirl of thoughts about what to do next. In that moment of stillness, we remember that clarity comes not from our own understanding, but from simply resting in faith. As we sit with our coffee, feeling the warmth of the morning sun, we take a moment to notice how clarity can sometimes elude us in the rush of daily worries. This is where we can pause and allow our thoughts to settle, recognizing that in the quiet of our heart, clarity is found, not through striving, but in leaning back into God's embrace. We find solace knowing that, amidst the chaos, there's a space waiting for us to connect, to breathe, and to simply be with Him. There are moments when we find ourselves surrounded by chaos, where thoughts feel heavy and clarity seems just out of reach. In those times, we may feel a blend of confusion and yearning, a desire for peace in the clamor of our lives. Yet, even in that uncertainty, we can sense a gentle reminder of God's love inviting us toward quietness and understanding. There have been days when the busyness of everything left me feeling scattered, as if my mind was a storm of thoughts and worries. Yet, in those moments of inner turmoil, I've noticed a soft reminder to pause, breathe, and lean into that still, small voice that gently calls for clarity. It's in that quiet space that I feel a reassuring touch of God's presence, guiding my thoughts and bringing a sense of peace that embraces the chaos around me. In the stillness we've shared, we began to notice a gentle clarity emerging from our quiet hearts, a realization that amidst the chaos, peace resides within if we allow ourselves the space to listen. We understood that clarity in faith does not demand perfection, but invites us to embrace the beautiful simplicity of trusting what is felt deep within. There was a sense that God was intimately present in this gentle unfolding, guiding us through the veils of distraction toward His unfailing peace. As we held this space together, a soft clarity began to dawn within us, revealing that the essence of faith lies not in our demands for answers, but in a quiet trust that we are deeply known and embraced. In this listening, we sensed God meeting us gently, inviting us to carry this awareness into prayer, where our hearts can rest in His presence. In this shared moment, it's possible to feel the stirring of clarity echoing within ourselves, as we seek understanding amidst the gentle sway of life's complexities. As we reflect upon these intimate thoughts, a warmth arises within, carrying an invitation to embrace the simplicity of God's presence in our hearts. We sense that His nearness cradles us both, knitting our lives together in the quiet sanctity of this shared space where faith resides. As we collectively embrace this stillness, we recognize the threads that bind our hearts in this journey of faith, where clarity flows softly and invites us into God's unwavering presence, allowing each heartbeat to harmonize with the sacred rhythm of prayerful connection. Our faith invites us to experience clarity amidst the noise and confusion of life. In this beautiful truth, we are reminded that God holds our minds and hearts, bringing peace even during uncertainty. With this assurance, we feel a steady grounding in who we are, a people loved and guided by our Creator. As we drift deeper into our shared faith, we embrace the clarity offered by our trust, knowing that even in moments of chaos, we can find peace in our minds and hearts. God invites us to rest in His presence, reminding us that clarity is not something we must strive for alone, but rather a gift he freely offers. So here, in this moment together, we hold on to the truth of his guidance, feeling a gentle strength wrapping around us, settling our thoughts and hearts in preparation for prayer. An emerging sense of trust that we are safe in God's presence, a heart that feels ready to lean gently into the divine embrace, an invitation to open our spirits and rest in the comfort of faith without any pressure in this moment. We can allow ourselves to feel the quiet stirrings of trust rising within us, as the assurance we've embraced prepares our hearts for something deeper. We find comfort in knowing that leaning into faith offers a refuge, drawing us closer to the presence that meets us in our vulnerability, inviting us to release the weight of our worries and uncertainties. As we gently open ourselves to God, we recognize that this movement is both safe and supported by his love, allowing a space for faith to flourish quietly within. With hearts now settled, we find ourselves ready to engage in prayer, stepping gracefully into his guidance and care. Hope flows gently into the heart this morning, covering our spirits with a soothing embrace of peace, reminding us that clarity and strength are ours to carry into the day. God walks closely beside us, whispering reassurance that we are never alone, inviting us to trust in his unwavering presence throughout every moment ahead. As we step forward, we are enveloped in divine love, upheld by the faithfulness that surrounds us, grounded in the certainty that we are cherished and protected. As we settle into these quiet moments, may hope rest softly over our hearts, and may we feel God's nearness guiding us gently through each step of this day. Let us carry this sense of calm assurance as we prepare to speak directly with our Creator. As we stand in the gentle light of a new morning, we breathe in the quiet assurance of clarity that has been shared, allowing it to settle within us. Together, we find comfort in this sacred space, aware that we are not alone but joined in heart and spirit. With openness, we lean into the promise of God's presence, our hearts ready and eager for the unfolding of prayer. In this moment of stillness, we carry forward the understanding of clarity in our faith, resting in the knowledge that we are cocooned in the warmth of God's companionship, preparing our hearts to be receptive as we enter into prayer together and embrace what is before us. Expressing thankfulness for God's unwavering presence and guidance, honoring the character and faithfulness of God, with reverence, creating a sacred, peaceful atmosphere for worshipful prayer, we come before you in stillness, acknowledging your ever-present love that surrounds us each day. Thank you for being our constant source of strength and clarity, guiding us through the uncertainties of life with your steadfast hand. We honor you, Lord, as our refuge and our light, the one who brings peace to our restless hearts and clarity to our minds. Your goodness endures forever, and we worship you not just for what you give, but for who you are, faithful, unchanging, and full of grace. We remain in this sacred space, embracing the warmth of your presence, ready to continue deeper into our conversation with you. The prayer turns inward, inviting God's clarity to shape our thoughts and actions in everyday life. The blessing is one of gentle reassurance, fostering peace, and a sense of divine care as we move forward. Hearts are aligned with God's presence, receptive to his guidance and affirmation as we walk in faith. Dear God, we thank you for meeting us in our prayers and for the gift of your wisdom enveloping our hearts. As we embrace the clarity you provide, may it infuse our thoughts, shaping our decisions and illuminating our paths through this day. We receive your blessing of peace over our inner lives, trusting in your faithful presence in every unspoken moment that lies ahead. Let us rest in the assurance that you are with us, gently transforming our spirits to reflect your love and truth as we draw closer to you. As we come to the end of this time together, let us hold close the clarity we have received, a precious gift that assures us we are guided in every moment. It is within this light that we rest, knowing that we are never alone in our journey. We embrace the quiet assurance of God's presence, allowing it to envelop us with a sense of wholeness. We can find deep peace in trusting that His care is watching over us, guiding us gently forward. So now, with hearts filled with gratitude and confidence, we prepare to say our final Amen. In this moment, we trust that our hearts can be settled in the knowledge of His faithfulness and love surrounding us. We feel a deep sense of completion as we reflect on the clarity bestowed upon us, filling us with peace and rootedness. As we close this time of prayer, let us carry forth the clarity and peace we have found in God's loving guidance, resting in the assurance that He walks beside us today and always. With trust in our hearts, we come together in a gentle Amen. As we step into the day, let's carry this sense of calm and faith with us. Feel free to connect further with our community or simply return whenever you wish for more moments like this. We wish you a peaceful day ahead, filled with quiet reflections and gentle hope. As we part ways here, let's embrace the clarity we've gathered and be sure to nurture it throughout our day. Whether you return for more nurturing moments or take time to reflect on the insights we've shared, know that you are always welcome in our space of warmth and connection. Wisdom and clarity in our faith journey. As we navigate our daily lives, the needs for emotional, spiritual, and relational clarity that affect our community as well as our inner selves, a humble assurance in God's guidance and wisdom in all circumstances. As we come before you, Lord, we humbly acknowledge our reliance on your wisdom and grace, seeking clarity in our faith amidst the uncertainties we face each day. We ask for guidance in our hearts and minds, illuminating the path set before us in moments of doubt or confusion. Let your peace envelop us as we confront our daily trials, inner struggles, and unspoken burdens, so that we may communicate with confidence and love. We trust in your perfect plan, knowing that you understand our needs intimately and that your care surrounds us, reassuring us that our prayers continue to ascend to you, who hears and answers in your timing.